our top 7 reasons why weight loss and fitness are a team sport. And if you stick around to the end, a major announcement regarding the future of the channel. For this video, I recruited my lovely and talented wife, Jessie. Say hi, Jessie.
Hi, Jesse.
And we're actually in the Outer Banks right now. Um, and while we were here, Jessie actually saw a post on an Instagram video that kind of inspired, or a post on Instagram that kind of inspired us to talk about this a little bit and gave us the inspiration for this video. So I'm going to let her share um, what she read.
So, this Instagram post says, after a decade of working with clients, I realized that not having your partner's support on your fitness journey is one of the biggest barriers to getting in shape that no one talks about.
Yeah. So I think so. And that's like I said, we're just sort of the last few days we've been talking about this a lot. So we came up with our top 7 list. We wanted to share it with you. I think the last three we'll go descending 7 to 1. The last three, the top three, are really the
They're
two
big
most
ones.
important big ones. Yeah.
Hmm.
So stick around for that for sure. And then, like I said, at the very end, tail end of this video, we'll make our major announcements. All right, and so started off with number 7 is shared experiences, and I think this is important because as a couple, we share everything that we do with as far as goals for ourselves, like buying our first house together, having a son together, um, planning for the future together. We talk about our finances together, like we
Right.
do all of that together, and so doing this together is just kind of natural.
Yep. Or it should be.
You're right. And then the other part of this I was thinking about was, just with regard to like living a healthier lifestyle as we age, maybe you're one of those people who likes to travel overseas and you're going out to dinner in Italy or something like that, and you can share a healthy meal in a cool place. That would be a cool experience. Or hiking. I want to go to Acadia National Park in the fall. Going
Mhm.
on a hike together is a shared experience, which then got me to thinking about, well, what if one of the two of us can't do it?
Right.
And then then either one of us goes by herself or we just skip it altogether.
Yeah. And you miss out on life. So, number 6 is enhanced motivation. Really, what that means to me is when you first started this, I saw motivation and everything to do something, but not necessarily what you were doing. But then when I saw that what he was doing was working, I immediately,
I'm the winner.
the competition in me kicked in. And so enhanced motivation to go after what he was working on because I wanted the same results, if not better. And so I wanted to prove myself to
Yeah.
him.
Plus, you get a built-in cheerleader,
Yeah.
right, for motivation. So, like, if
Yeah.
motivation is good, enhanced motivation is gooder.
The enhanced motivation really has to be something intrinsic to you, intrinsic to your goals.
All right, coming in at number 5 is consistency, and I think this one in particular, for us over the last, I'd call it 10 years, maybe a little bit more, we have on and off fluctuated in our weight, and we have on and off independently tried to do things to either get in better shape or do things physically. For example, like Jessie ran the Chicago Marathon. And in the very beginning, I started running with her, and I got to like the 6 mile run, I think, and then I was like, "Nope."
It made him too hungry.
Yeah, I had to eat like a large pizza when we got back, but or I would try like a diet, like I did like it was similar to Whole 30, but it was like zero sugar, and she's not opposed to trying to lose weight, but she was just like not on board with that. So
Not like that drastic. Yeah.
yeah. And so what we would end up doing, or there was like the time period where she would just go gangbusters on Peloton for like 2 or 3 months, and then something would happen and she'd just fall off.
Hmm.
And so without doing this together and having, I guess, the enhanced motivation from the previous one
Hmm.
and the shared experiences, without doing it together, we kept going on and off. And I think that's what a lot of people struggle with is this yo-yo effect where they'll try things and it's possibly because you're the only one doing it.
Yeah. Number 4 is decreased temptation. Now, this one was a big one for me, but because if something was available, then I was way more likely than you to actually partake. So, for instance, our son loves these specific cinnamon rolls, and I would buy them and secretly think, that if I got them for him, he would eat them. And he got to the point where he was kind of cinnamon rolled out, but I still kept buying them. And because they were there, the temptation was there, and I would sneak them.
Yeah, and
So,
that's probably not the only time you would sneak too. You would sneak
mhm.
other stuff too. Oh, by the way, this is Woodrow. Say hi, Woodrow. Good job,
Hi,
buddy.
Woodrow.
Now let's try to finish.
If something's not available in the house, or wherever I am, or if we're at a restaurant and I see him not eating all of the chips and ranch having the
Jalapeno ranch.
jalapeno
Yeah,
ranch dip at Chewy's, which I'm in love with, then I don't eat as much, or I don't eat at all. So the
not to mention
temptation.
what we used to do is before we started this, like one of our normals would be to I would get home from work, and this is ridiculous, but I would get home from work, we'd eat dinner, and then we would get ice cream and sit on the couch or the chair or whatever and binge watch, YouTube or binge watch
Netflix
Netflix or
or
whatever it is, and
whatever.
I would go back and get seconds for ice cream, or well,
And we're not
since
talking small bowls of ice cream. We're talking very
no,
large. So the point is
yeah,
what?
the point is, I think if you change your behavior to start doing better, then you don't feel like you're missing out. All right, so we're rolling into the last three here, which I think are the most important of the seven, and frankly, I would say they're vital to not just couples, but also even individually, they're vital.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So number three is accountability, and I guess where I'd start with accountability, at least in what I've been doing, is you got to keep track of stuff. If you don't keep track of stuff, you have no idea what's happening. It's kind of like, and we're all should be in that like Gen X to Boomer age range. Back when we had checkbooks,
Hmm.
you ever hear of the story of like the guy who kept writing bad checks, and they took him in, and he said, "What? I still had checks." Yeah, like if you didn't track your bank account, you had no idea what kind of money was in there, right? And so it's the same thing. If you don't track what you're putting in your mouth, then it's easy to not know how many Reese cups you snuck throughout the day.
Right.
So, journaling food is
Mhm.
important, whether you're doing this as a team or by yourself. Tracking our steps is important
Yes.
individually and as a team, and tracking our workouts and having goals, and tracking that progress. So I think accountability is a big deal. I started this YouTube channel as a part of my own personal accountability, where I was going to basically post a weekly update for a year to create a sustainable plan. And so that's another thing of accountability. And now we have, because we're doing it together and we're kind of doing not 100% the same thing, but really close to the same thing.
Mhm.
Now we have that additional accountability to each other. Like, I don't want to let her down. She's my cheerleader now, you know?
Yeah, and I always get more steps than him.
That is true.
So number 2 is long-term vision. We're both here watching our parents age, and they're anywhere between the age of 80 and 90 at this point in our
Yep.
lives. And we're not spring chickens either. 47
Yep.
and 55, which I was nice and gave you 54 the other day.
I'm 47.
And I'm 55. But so we're both watching our aging parents and everything. My mom, in particular, is immobile for the most part, and diabetic, and so
And
that's a
overweight.
problem. And overweight.
And she's on, like
She's
many
on.
old people, I
Yes, I
think
manage her
Insulin.
medication. It's a lot.
Yeah. So in my family, I've got on my side two older couples. One's my aunt and her husband. One's my dad and my stepmom. And in the dynamic in both those relationships is one person is overweight and has mobility issues, and the other
Hmm.
person is at a healthy weight and active. And we've literally seen what that does to the active person. When, for example, my father was just recently in the hospital, my stepmother wants to care for him when he comes home, but there's only so much she can do. And I'm older than Jessie. She's not a large person, right? She's 5'2", and I don't want to get to the point where she has to like be turning me and mobile and getting me mobile and all of those things. So really our long-term vision is to lead the most mobile and active, healthy, quality life as
Yes.
long as we can.
Yes. Yes. So that's our vision, and that's our shared vision. And that's really important for couples to have that shared vision. Otherwise,
Right, it goes back to pretty much why this is a team sport.
yep. Oh, no. Number one is
Sustainability.
it's something you've talked about a long time on
Yeah,
this channel.
yeah, it's like my number one reason for doing this 12-month challenge, because if it's not sustainable, why are you even
Right.
doing it, right? And you look on any fitness blog, you look on any weight loss um, YouTube channel, and you're going to see in the comments section, like, people, they're constantly, the yo-yo effect. We've both experienced it
Mhm.
previously. Everybody's experiencing it, and the comments about I'm struggling. Well, don't struggle. Find something that works, something that's not too difficult. Get started, and then over time, incrementally increase. Right. So
Yes.
she wants to start running again. She's not running a half marathon right away.
Not right away. You
Right.
got to build up. Right.
All right. So that's our top 7 reasons why health, weight loss, fitness is a team sport. And now for the major announcement. Drumroll. All right. So here's the deal. Jesse and I are actually going to start doing this YouTube channel together. And maybe it goes back to point number 1, right?
Yes.
Shared experiences. But a couple things have happened. One is we've learned a lot in just a short amount of time that I've been doing this YouTube channel. One of them is it's a lot of work, even though it might not necessarily seem like it.
Yes. And it's a team sport.
It is a team sport because she's the editor. Like every video I've ever published,
Maybe the video should have been YouTube as a team sport.
it could have been anyway. But she's my editor. So, and we're also trying to monetize the channel. I mean, I haven't made a big deal about it because I didn't think that was important to the channel, but it is something that we wanted to do. So, when I started this channel back in the beginning, the whole purpose was, one, keep myself accountable, to create a 12-month plan for myself
Yes.
that I could have sustainable, healthy, fit lifestyle. And the way I was going to do that is start a YouTube channel, because we both had some interest in starting a YouTube channel. And so I figured at the time, what's the worst thing that can happen? Nobody will watch, and I'll still get in shape. So that was kind of what, and we'll learn.
I couldn't even get my YouTube channel off the ground because I was so focused on doing research and editing and uploading and everything else for this channel.
Right. And then my work schedule is kind of goofy, just
Yes.
the way that we've kind of created our personal financials and all that stuff life.
Right.
So I can't do anything consistently. So moving forward, here's kind of our goal. We want to post 3 videos a week,
Mhm.
which is kind of a stretch. So we'll see how long we're able to do that, but that's a challenge we're doing to ourselves. One video will be my update on my health and fitness journey, because that's how the channel started. So we're going to keep that so I can keep my goal for the 12 months.
Mhm.
So that'll be one of the videos. One of the videos will just be like something that we found informational about weight loss, health, fitness, tips, tricks, information that's maybe trending that we think is important to share. And then the third video will be about our monetization journey, because I think there's a fair enough amount of people out there in our age range that are trying to even start a YouTube channel in
Right.
general, that there might be some interest, and we might get some feedback from our audience. So that's kind of our goal. When will this exactly happen? I'm not 100% sure yet, but hopefully soon. We're working on our lists and everything behind the scenes. So if you're interested in that, definitely we would love it if you would subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
We kind of have a goal. I don't think we've come up with a total number yet, but our goal is once we meet a certain level of subscribers, we're probably actually going to rename the channel, and maybe we'll have some subscriber participation in renaming the channel. But if you like this content and would like to see more of Jesse, thumbs up would be good. And until next week, just remember to move more, eat better, lift heavy things.